teacher Penny Davis, and I am with the website VIPKidTeachersWanted.com and also the Facebook group VIPKid Teachers Wanted. So please take a look at those websites to help you through the application process. I've been teaching with VIPKid for almost 2 years. I've taught over 2,200 classes in that time, but more importantly for you, I have helped over 400 teachers through the hiring process, so I know how to help you. I've picked up lots of tips and tricks along the way, and I want to help you with that. VIPKid has recognized my help with them, and they're actually bringing me to China next month in August of 2019 because of the way I have helped other teachers get hired. So I know what I'm doing, and I can help you through the process. And today I'm here to talk about tech requirements and what kind of tech things that you need to be able to teach with a VIPKid. And so the first thing you do is I want you to be sure, if you have not applied yet, to use this link to apply for VIPKid, the tiny URL. If you've already applied and you did not use a referral code or a referral link to apply, you can click on My Account in the top right corner and of the VIPKid website, and add this code where it says Add Referring Teacher. Add this code, Penny0008. If you add my code to your application, you get my personal help through the entire process, and you also get access to my coaching sessions as well as the VIPKid Bootcamp, which is a special area of my website designed especially for my referrals that helps you through every step of the process. But today's video is talking about what kind of tech do you need. Yes, VIPKid is a technical company because we do rely on technology to be able to do what we do. When we teach our classes and our lessons, we do rely on that technology for that. So what I'm going to talk about in this short video is just what kind of technology you need in order to be able to do the hiring process and for teaching, and break down exactly what you need and give you some tips that I have picked up along the way with others as they're going through the process about what works and what doesn't work. So maybe if you're having tech problems of some kind and you're in the hiring process, maybe this will help you out. So the first thing that you need to know about this is it's slightly different what you can use for the hiring process and for actually teaching. So I want to cover both of those. For the hiring process, you are going to need a computer of some kind, either a laptop or a desktop. It can be a PC, it can be a Mac, whichever one. But you do need a computer of some kind for the hiring process. Now, there is one option within the interview, and I've got lots of other videos that you can look at to see all the options for the interview. There is one option for the interview that uses your smartphone for it, but the next part, the mock class part, you must have a computer for that part, okay? Now, when you start teaching, of course, you're still going to need a computer, laptop or desktop, but you could use an iPad to teach with as well when you actually start teaching. Now, one thing to note here on the computer is with your computer, as I said, it can be a laptop or a desktop, either one works. It can be a PC, it can be a Mac, or it can be a Surface, which is still a Windows-based computer, okay? It cannot be a Chromebook, okay? Now, the Chromebook uses... It does not allow you to download anything to the computer, okay, on a Chromebook. And yes, you could use a Chromebook for the actual hiring process, but you cannot teach from a Chromebook anymore. Starting in August of 2019, we will no longer be able to teach on a Chromebook because we do have to download the PC app, the VIPKid app, to be able to teach from that one. And it's all because of Flash Player and all that stuff that they use Flash in the VIPKid classroom. Chrome no longer offers the support for Flash Player because it's an old programming language, but they still use it, so they have to have their own app to be able to do that. So we have to download the app, and you can't download anything on a Chromebook. So you cannot use a Chromebook to teach from, but you can use an iPad to actually teach from. You can still do the hiring process on a Chromebook, but you cannot teach from that one. So if you're looking to buy something to teach with, don't buy a Chromebook. That's the whole point of all this, is don't buy a Chromebook if you are looking to buy something to teach from. You are going to need an external camera or an internal camera. Probably the one built into your computer is fine, okay? As long as you've got a good clear picture, you're fine. Use really good lighting in order for them to be able to see you. So use good lighting for it, and you should be fine with your internal camera. Now you are going to need a headset of some kind. You get one with a USB connection, and that also has a microphone attached to it. This is the one I use. It's a gaming headset. The brand on this one is a Corsair. I got it from Best Buy. This one is a more expensive one, and I've been through a couple of them because I'm rough on headsets, but you can get one on Amazon or Walmart or something like that for 20 bucks or so. The Logitech one that you can get for about $20, I used one of those for about 8 or 9 months before I tripped over the cord and broke the thing. Anyway, but you can get one for $20, $25, but you do need a headset, not earbuds. You need a headset that has that microphone that comes right in front of your microphone, or in front of your mouth, so that it can pick you up really well. So make sure that you do invest in a good headset, okay? Now, for your computer itself, it just needs to be relatively up to date. You need to be running at least Windows 7, or if you're using a Mac, your operating system needs to be at least 10 point whatever, okay, for a Mac. You do need 4 gigabytes of RAM. This is straight from VIPKid, what they say that you need. You need 4 gigabytes of RAM in order to be able to run the program and run the processors, with the computer and with the video card and audio and all that stuff. You're going to need some memory to be able to download the program. So make sure that you have that much available on your computer. You do need it does need to be relatively quick running. So if you have a really, really slow computer, you might have difficulty getting the VIPKid app to work on there. One of my suggestions also is make sure that you have everything else shut down. Okay, so you don't have, this is what I'm really guilty of. I've got like, 10 Windows browsers or Explorer, whatever it is, Chrome. 10 Chrome windows open of different websites that I'm on, and a couple of different programs doing all the time, and it slows my computer down, okay? Shut down all the programs that you're using, and then shut down where you're only on the VIPKid website. You're not on any other website while you're doing your interview or your mock classes, okay? Now, you do need a high-speed internet connection. They do prefer it to be a wired connection, so connect it to your computer using an Ethernet cord. And a little thing here that a lot of people don't understand, and I didn't get this for a long time, even if you're plugged into an Ethernet connection, you need to turn the Wi-Fi off on your computer, okay? So it does not automatically default to the Ethernet connection. It actually defaults to Wi-Fi, okay? So turn off the Wi-Fi and to force it to use that Ethernet connection, because that is a more stable connection when you're wired to it. Now, some people say, "Oh, my router's a long way away from here." I wish I could say that you could use Wi-Fi. Some people have no problem using Wi-Fi, okay? Some people are able to do that. They've got a strong enough connection to do that. But most people, it's not. The Wi-Fi wigs out on them for some reason, okay? One option that a lot of people do is they buy a super long Ethernet cord on Amazon or wherever, and they buy this super long Ethernet cord, they unroll it, plug it into their computer to teach, to do your interview or whatever, and then once they're through for the day, roll it back up, stick it over there by the modem, and then you're done for the day, okay? And so rather than having it strung out all day long every day, just for teaching or just for your interviews, you it really would be best to use an Ethernet cord. Now, if you're not sure if your internet speed is high enough, you can go to speedtest.net and check your internet speed there. You need at least 20 megabytes download speed, and then your ping, you want to check the ping as well. They want the ping to be very low. I usually say below 100. They really would like it even lower than that. My ping usually runs between 20 and 50 with mine. I have super fast internet and a super fast computer, but you definitely want it to be somewhat low. I would say at least below 100 for the ping on that one. But 20 megabytes of download speed is what they recommend that you have. So go to speedtest.net. Be sure and choose on the speed test things, be sure and choose a server that's close to you. Okay, you don't want to pick one that is 4 or 5 states away. You want to click whatever major city is close to you. That's going to give you the best indication of your internet speed. Okay, now a couple of tips that we've learned with this is update your Flash player. Just Google how do I update my Flash player. Make sure that you have the latest version of it available, and that should be super easy to download that. When you get into the classrooms, it's also going to ask you, it's going to ask the first time you go into the classroom, the practice room, or for the classroom for the interview, it's going to ask you permission to use your Flash player. It's also going to ask you permission to use your camera and your microphone. Just whatever pops up on those, make sure that you say allow or enable or I see or whatever permission it is that it's asking you. You do have to give them those permissions in order for everything to work. Now, for your interview, you do want to use Chrome, not Firefox or Explorer or Safari or anything like that. You want to use Chrome for your interview. And make sure that that one is up to date as well. Again, Google how do I update Chrome. Just make sure that it is up to date so that you can get the best benefit of that one. Also, if you have any kind of program on your computer that blocks pop-ups, the pop-up windows to come in, make sure that it is disabled for VIPKid, for the VIPKid website. If it does not allow you to use pop-ups, the classroom is not going to work. So make sure that you have disallowed or that you have allowed those pop-ups. Okay. Another great tip to do is about an hour or so before your interview, or if you're having any kind of tech problems like headset or anything like that, you want to reboot your computer. Just all the way, reboot the computer and reboot your router and your modem at least an hour beforehand with that. Make sure that you go into your settings and you have auto updates turned off. Okay, the worst thing that can happen, and this has happened to people over and over and over again. So you think, okay, it's an hour before my interview, and I'm going to reboot my computer, get everything up, going fresh and everything, and your computer turns back on and it says updating system. And it's going to take 2 hours for it to update your computer. Absolutely worst time to happen. You end up missing your interview, you miss your mock class or whatever. So make sure that you have, and once you become a teacher, you end up where you can't get into the classroom, okay, because of this. So make sure that you have those auto updates turned off, and then it will come up and ask you, when do you want to do these updates? And you can schedule it or do it at a time that you know you're not teaching. But turn those auto updates off. Okay, but reboot your computer, your router, your modem. When you reboot it, make sure that when you turn the computer on that you have your headset plugged in. That's going to force your computer to choose your headset and the microphone on your headset as the default ones that you're using, rather than using your built-in computer and microphone. Okay, so make sure that you have that plugged in with that. And then a couple of other just simple things. Kick everybody else in the house off of the internet while you're doing your interview and while you're doing your mock classes. You know, if you're like my family, right now I have my husband's watching one thing, he's streaming something on Netflix. My daughter is probably watching YouTube on her phone, and my son is playing on the Xbox, and so he's using the internet for that. So we're using a ton of data right now? Well, while you do your interview, you want to have the absolute highest internet connection that you can. So kick everybody else off. They can survive. I promise you, they can survive for 30 minutes without the internet. Okay, so kick them off of there in order to have that good connection. And it all is also good to have an external mouse. We use a mouse as a prop a lot as we're showing kids how to circle or draw a line or something like that. And you want an actual physical mouse to do that. If you're using a laptop and it has a touchpad, it's just hard because sometimes we have to draw on the screen or we have to write letters. It's hard to do that with a touchpad, especially if you're trying to hold a prop and circle something at the same time and you're trying to do all of that with one finger and nothing. Okay, so you really do, it's just best. I mean, well, let me say this. You might be able to do it. I can't. I have to have an external mouse to do that. I worked on a laptop when I first started, and I tried to use the touchpad and it didn't work. Anyway, so these are some great tips to help you through the hiring process to let you know exactly what kind of technical things that you're going to need for VIPKid. Be sure and also make sure that you use my referral link to apply or add my code to your application. If you have already used somebody else's referral code and they're not helping you and you think, hey, you know, maybe Penny can help me out, I would love to help you. Okay, so send me, you would have to, since you've already used somebody else's link, you would need to start a new application with VIPKid, just a whole new application, and use a different email address and a different phone number when you do that, and use my link so that I can help you through the process. And be sure, even if you use somebody else's link, be sure and join my Facebook group. It's the Facebook group is VIPKid Teachers Wanted, or you can also check my website, VIPKidTeachersWanted.com, for lots of answers to your frequently asked questions there. So thanks so much for watching today, and I hope this answers a few of your questions about technical issues and what kind of tech you need to teach for VIPKid. Bye-bye, thanks a lot, and be sure to like and subscribe here on YouTube, and leave me a comment if this helped you out. Thanks, bye-bye.